something, and it runs great, but the window handles will fall off a bit. Over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I always had that kind of problem. I got away from those. I don't know. I've run everything from Jeeps to Lincolns to Cadillacs and Chevy and GMC pickup trucks. Right now, I've got a Jimmy four-wheel drive pickup truck with over 250,000 miles on it.
Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? This is Whiskey 4, November, Delta, Kilo, CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November, Delta, Kilo, CQ, and standing by. This is Whiskey 4 NDK, Whiskey 4, November, Delta, Kilo, amateur radio station in Charlotte, North Carolina, CQ, CQ. CQ, 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 W4 NDK, CQ, and standing by. CQ, 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 this is Whiskey 4, November, Delta, Kilo, W4 NDK, amateur radio station in North Carolina, CQ, and standing by. This is W4 NDK, CQ, CQ, CQ. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? I'm going to tune right now. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November, Delta, Kilo, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November, Delta, Kilo. Whiskey 4, November, Delta, Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. Was that Kilo Oscar 6, Charlie Delta Delta?
QSL, QSL.
Okay, Kilo Oscar 6, Charlie Delta Delta. You're 5-5 here in North Carolina.
And I have you at about a 5-8 into San Diego.
Thank you for the 5-8. Sounding real good here. And what part of San Diego are you in?
I'm in North San Diego County.
Okay, I used to live in Ocean Beach, and I lived in UTC. Over.
Roger, Roger. I work down there every day, down in what's called Liberty Station now.
Okay, and how's your commute these days?
I go in at dark 100, so in the morning it's not bad, but going home at night it's about an hour and a half up to Escondido.
Well, yeah, you're quite a ways up there at Escondido. It's beautiful up at Escondido. There wasn't as much traffic when I was there, although getting through Del Mar where the interstates merge, it was pretty tough back then. This was 20 years ago, but even more than 20 years ago. And I had an office in downtown La Jolla, and I lived at first I lived in UTC, and then I was young. I was in my late 20s. I moved up to Ocean Beach to Loma Palisades, where I had a view of the sunset every night. Over.
There you go. OP's got one of the best views of the sunset. So, yeah, that was a nice place to be. Yeah, I'm about, I don't know, 15 miles inland, right on the border of Escondido and San Marcos.
Yeah, so you got enough room to put up an antenna?
They've been doing a lot of work on it up north of here, so it's really bad. I hear the 5 is much better these days, though.
Yep, roger that. Yeah, I moved back to Charlotte, North Carolina, where my family is from, just to be closer to... The grandparents were still alive back then. But yeah, you're sounding real good, Brian. My name is Nate, and what are your operating conditions there?
Well, I'm on an ICOM IC7300 with a end-fed half wave strung up between 2 flagpoles at about 17, 18 feet in the air.
Wow, and the band must be open. It's, 5:30 at night, so you got the gray line. You running 100 watts?
Yep, totally barefoot.
Okay, well, if you want to hear your audio, I'm live streaming right now. Hope you don't mind.
No worries.
Okay, it's if you're not on there already, it's called Go Amateur Radio. All right, Kilo Oscar 6, Charlie Delta Delta. Nice to meet you, Brian. Thanks for finding me out here. And you sound good. Congrats on the signal. It's doing well.
All right, Nate, you have a good night and good luck on the live stream.
Yeah, roger that. And you just came up quite a bit. Give me a little more audio. I'll give you an updated signal report.
Yeah, looks like it's opening up a little bit here.
Yeah, you're still about a 5355, something like that. I'd say 55.
Jumped up to a definite solid 5.9 this time around.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, I'm running a homebrew doublet antenna with a Yaesu FTDX10. Hey, thanks for finding me, Brian. Nice to talk to you and nice to meet you out here.
All right, 73, Nate. Catch you down the wire.
Yeah, catch you down the log, 73. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, CQ, CQ.
Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, Alpha Kilo 6 Bravo Lima.
Alpha Kilo 6 Bravo Lima. Christopher, is it Christopher or Chris?
Sir, Chris will work just fine.
Okay, got you in here. It's Chris. You're a strong 5'9", North Carolina. You're a good 5'9", North Carolina. Chris, go ahead.
You go.
I'm sorry, we doubled.
There you go. Yeah, you're coming in probably, I want to say about a 5'7", 5'9". It's the conditions are varying quite a bit.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And you're on my live stream, Go Amateur Radio on YouTube. Over.
Roger, I got that. I'll go check it out, sir. And that was Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, correct?
QSL. And what are your operating conditions? Over.
Right now, I'll give you a general topology where I'm at. I'm 5,300 foot elevation on a 10-fed half-wave horizontal mount, 35 foot above ground, 100 watts out of an FT710. I'm talking remotely over an SU LAN 10 from a PC inside my office. And outside it's a whopping 33 degrees, and in here it's 70. So there you have it. Back to you.
QSL, so you're still at the you're still at the salt mine. You're operating remote with the 710. What kind of remote software are you using for that?
This is just the Yaesu SCU LAN 10 software on a PC. I also have one called FT Control on the Mac OS that I'm not running right now just because it's kind of loud outside of my office.
Understand. And how was it setting that up?
overall, it's a cakewalk. It's just very straightforward on the PC version and the Mac version. Just make sure you set up everything on the operating settings. For the what do you call it? The computer. Darn it. The baud rate, 115.2 for the PC version and 13.4 on the Mac, and it works really good. I like the Mac OS version because the what do you call it? The waterfall is so much cleaner and much more dynamic. And it's a couple of German guys that wrote that software for the Mac, but the app that goes on your PC, it works pretty darn good. Back to you, sir.
Okay, Roger. Well, it's great. I haven't run into a whole lot of people that are using that, so maybe I'll give it a try. I have the FTDX10. Well, excellent. Well, you're sounding real good there, Chris. Nice to meet you, Alpha Kilo 6 Bravo Lima. You must be up in the Sierras. Is that correct?
Actually, technically, I'm in what's called the San Jacinto or San Jacinto Mountains. I'm down here. There's an 11,000-foot mountain between you and me, right, and that's right there in Palm Springs. So I'm on the west side of the mountain behind Palm Springs, if you're familiar with that area.
Yes, I am. I used to live in San Diego, so I'm very familiar with it. Moved back to Charlotte, North Carolina to be near my family. Well, you're sounding good, Chris. Congrats. And you're on my live stream on Go Amateur Radio, so check out your audio if you get a chance. Nice to make a contact with you, Chris. Alpha Kilo 6 Bravo Lima.
All right, W4. November Delta Kilo. I'm going to log you on the good old QRZ. Thanks for the QSO, and happy hunt, and I will go check you out on the GoAmateurRadio.com. AK-60 all clear.
Yeah, thanks for finding me, and 73.
Kilo Bravo 7, Mike Kilo Charlie.
Kilo Bravo 7, Mike Kilo Charlie. Wow, we are open to the West Coast. You're 5'7", North Carolina.
Oh, thank you for the 5'7". I'm running 100 watts here into a DB11 step IR beam, and yeah, you're doing a good job here. You're a 5'7" to 5'8". Been up more than that, but you know, conditions are moving around a little bit. QSB in there, and I think I've talked to you before, at least listening to you. And you had talked about this mystery antenna, and I did look that up, and that's an interesting antenna. Over.
Yes, Roger. Yeah, it was my favorite antenna, and then I moved over to the doublet once I built the doublet, and now the doublet's my favorite. Over.
Okay, I take it the doublet must be working better than the mystery antenna then.
Yeah, I got one S unit better on the mystery than the G5RV, and then 2 S units better on the doublet. Do you mind if I try the dipole and let me know what it sounds like to you?
Yeah, okay, you just hit an S9 right there. Over.
Sorry, I had to tune. This is the dipole now.
Yeah, you're about an S5 on the dipole. Hard to really judge with the QSB. Over.
Yep, Roger. Well, yeah, I get a little more out of the doublet because I'm not having all that, not getting all that loss from the coax. And what is your name there? Over.
The name here is Gene, Golf Echo November Echo. Over.
Okay, I got it, Gene. Name here is Nate, November Alpha Tango Echo. You're doing really well on the Step IR beam. Sounds great. And thank you for finding me out here. And it sounds like you're familiar with my YouTube channel already, right?
I don't think I visited your YouTube channel. You know, I've observed your QRZ page and saw that the W5 GI multi-band mystery antenna, and I thought of building one of those. It's something that I had thought about and didn't have exactly how I would do it.
And another one I thought about is just making one out of coax and putting the shield back down over the coax for about a quarter of a wave, and using that for the counterpoise, and using the center conductor or soldering to the center conductor wire and use that for the element. Over.
Yeah, that might work. That might work. I did not build this one. I bought it, but it definitely works. Give it a try. You know, there are certain people that I get a better report from the dipole than the doublet. But like especially Kevin in Iowa, Kilo Zero Kilo Lima Bravo, hears me better on the dipole, the mystery dipole, than on the doublet. But everybody else seems to hear me better on the doublet. Over.
Yeah. Now, is there a difference in height? You know, that can make a difference. Over.
They're the same height. They're the same height. The only difference is that the legs on the dipole are straight, and the legs on the doublet kind of curve around a little because there's not enough room where it is. Over.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought of one of those double-ended Zeps, I think it's called, where it's 5/8 wave on either side of the feed point, and I think those work pretty doggone good, although I don't have the room to put up that much wire where I would, you know, on the band.
Yep, QSL. Well, tell me if you build it. That would be interesting to see. And, yeah, I appreciate the contact, Brian. I actually appreciate the contact, Gene, Kilo Bravo 7, Mike, Kilo Charlie. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo.
Good. I noticed took a good dip there, so conditions might be getting ready to go away. And I've got a fairly high noise level here. I'm up at about a 5.4 on my noise level. Well, it's not incredibly high. I've had it higher than that. But I'd hate to have you dip down into that and go away. Over.
Yeah, I've got an S1 noise level right now. You're doing really well. Actually, it's better. You sound great. Excellent. Well, I'm very impressed by the Steph IR. I wish I had room for putting one up. But, yeah, I'm going to see who else I can get before the band closes between here and California or Washington State, where you are. But nice to meet you, Gene, Kilo Bravo 7, Mike, Kilo Charlie. If you want an easy antenna to build, try out the doublet. It's I used figure 8 knots. I used the plans from the Soda Beams website to build the portable doublet, and I extended the legs. Over.
Oh, okay. I'll take a look at that and, you know, maybe build one of those. It's just that other one kind of captured my attention for a one-up, one antenna that would do the job for portable use, you know, but sounds like a good antenna as well. But anyway, I'll let you go so you can make some more contacts there, Nate. Definitely nice to have a QSO with you, and I'll say 7 threes. W4 November Delta Kilo is KB7 MKC. Clear?
KB7 MKC, Gene, W4 NDK. 73, clear with you. Appreciate the contact.
7 threes.
QRZ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ.
Whiskey Papa 4, Romeo Zulu Charlie.
Is it Whiskey Papa 4 Romeo Zulu Charlie?
QSL, my friend.
All right, Tomas in Puerto Rico. Sound real good. Let me turn up my gain here so I can get a good report on your audio. Give me a little more audio there, please.
Hola. 559 in Puerto Rico, my friend.
Okay, thank you for 5'9". You're a true 5'5", although it sounds like it's 5'9". But I'm just giving an accurate report, so if you're looking at the waterfall or hear the audio on YouTube, you see what it sounds like. 'Cause I'm getting a little trouble with the OBS setup on the software, giving me enough audio, but I think the bands just haven't been great. But you sound really good here, Tomas. What are you running there?
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for this. I'm running an Icon 1700 and a dipole over my roof.
Okay, and are you running barefoot?
Single wire over the roof.
Okay, 100 watts?
Yes, on 100 watts.
Okay, you're doing really well. Doing well. Yeah, you're 1,400 miles away. But sometimes Puerto Rico seems really close, especially this time of night, to North Carolina. Roger?
Roger. The condition now is up and down.
Yeah, a little up and down. If you want to hear your audio, Tomas, it's on YouTube. Go Amateur Radio.
Repeat again?
YouTube, Go Amateur Radio. YouTube channel is Go Amateur Radio. That's a Roger.
Right now. Thank you, 73, my friend.
Hey, 73, Whiskey Papa 4, Romeo Zulu Charlie. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. 73, nice making contact with you.
Thank you, my friend. Enjoy the weekend.
You enjoy the weekend, too. Nice to talk to you. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ.
This is Kilo Alpha 1, Papa Lima uniform.
Kilo Alpha 1, Papa Lima uniform. Andrew, is that the correct name?
Oh, you looked me up quick as a bunny. Yeah, that's right. Andy here in Los Angeles. How you doing tonight? Where are you?
Hey, Andy. You're 5'9", by the way. Name is Nate, November Alpha Tango Echo. I'm in North Carolina. Over.
Oh, man, you sound great here. How are you hearing me? I'm putting out 100 watts. You're, I'd say, 5'9", too there, although I didn't look at the meter, but you sound like you're next door. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're a 5'7", 57. Sounds like a 5'9" here. Sounded really good in North Carolina. I think we have a pretty good opening between here and California this time of night.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I was just messing around with this software called 3DV. Have you heard of it? It's a digital HF mode. Yourself?
No, I haven't. How do you like it?
Well, if anybody was actually using it, it'd be fantastic. It's a digital voice, and it actually does a pretty good job. Some guys were doing, I know there's a digital voice mode, but there was one of the older ones. It sounded real crummy, like the way that, worse than some of the 2-meter digital modes. But, man, they got a new experimental one that they're trying out, and it is really quite amazing with one or two people that I've been able to make contact with. But I don't know if it was just me. I think it wasn't just me. The past couple of nights, 20's been kind of in hard shape. Go ahead.
Yeah, the band's a little noisy right now, but you're sounding great. Is it 3 Delta Victor?
Yeah, free as in free beer, Delta Victor, digital voice. It's a program that runs on Windows, and you put it this way, if you can hook up SD8, you can hook up 3DV. Yeah, it's really interesting, and they've got a new experimental mode that really kind of knock your socks off good voice quality. So I've been trying against all odds to make QSO with that for the past couple of days, and haven't been able to do it. I heard a guy in Germany, he's like, yeah, I can hear you, but my noise floor here in L.A. is so bad that I can hardly hear anybody, so I'm quite grateful to hear you. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, it's a good time of night to do it, 5:45 in the evening for you, 8:45 for me. Yeah, Roger, the band is open between us, Andy. Yeah, I have heard of free DV, and is that open source, over?
I believe it is open source. I see people in the chat room talking about compiling it themselves, so that would mean that the source code is out there. The new mode, this what they call the RADE mode, is very experimental. It's kind of hacked together, so the signal reporting, the SNR stuff doesn't work. There's a whole mess of stuff that doesn't work right on it. it's really quite a thing, actually.
So everybody doesn't sound like a drunken sailor like they do on C4 FM?
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. It's like the voice quality is pretty good. Hey, would you mind QSYing with me up to 240?
Yeah, sure. Is there something there at 236? I'll go up to 240, no problem.
All right, I'll see you there.
Hey, I upgraded you to a 5.8. You came up quite a bit there, Andy.
Yes, sir, I found you. So the reason I found you is actually because 236 is actually the calling frequency for free DV.
Oh, I was hearing you on there. I heard the digital mode. I didn't realize that. So that was you. I got it. Roger, roger. Okay. Well, thanks. Yeah, I did not realize that was a calling frequency for free DV. Well, you're sounding good here. Tell me about your operating conditions there, Andy.
It just looks like the same static that it's been looking like for a couple of days. Usually I can see stuff on the waterfall before I can even see that it's intelligible. So I apologize. It seems that I was probably stepping on you a little bit there, and that was rude, and I'm sorry about that. But anyways, yeah, it's great. Listen, I'm babbling here. How did you guys make out through the storm there? Back to you, sir. It's KA1PLU.
Yeah, KA1PLU. And by the way, you're on my YouTube live stream, Go Amateur Radio, if you want to hear your audio. Over.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about that. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's, I'm running a live stream right now. Let me see if anyone's on the chat. Yeah, the North Carolina storms are just sad because there's just been a lot of misinformation, and FEMA spent millions and millions of dollars. FEMA is distributing the money, and they are getting a lot of the roads fixed. The Kentucky Department of Transportation came in and fixed a lot of the roads. Folks from West Virginia, a lot of private citizens have done a lot of work. But, yeah, it's worked really well for the cleanup effort, but there's still a lot to be done. A lot of houses destroyed, a lot of damage in the Pensacola, North Carolina area near Burnsville. Real bad up there, but it's coming around. They've almost got Lake Lure. They got a lot of that debris cleaned out of it, which is a miracle. Over.
Yeah, well, there's that to be thankful. I remember when Sandy came through New York, I was living out there, and we went down into the Rockaways, a bunch of people that we knew. And we thought we were all going to be doing this, big heroic work, but it turns out that the most heroic thing that we were doing actually was pulling refrigerators full of rotten food out of people's basements and houses and stuff like that. And you know what? Turns out that that's important work to do, taking care of your neighbors and stuff like that. As far as what's going on down there and the information, I haven't heard much, but it's actually pretty great to hear the what's going on the ground for the people that live down there. So thanks for the report.
Yeah, they got a whole operation in different areas, different operations, but at the Avery County Airport, there's a bunch of hams. They've got their handy-talkies. They're talking on the repeater on the tallest mountain around there. I could hear them. I can talk to them. They were doing wellness checks for the first 2 days when phones were down, so amateur radios come in real handy. They put a new GMRS repeater up there in one of the mountains to work with Swananoa folks. The whole neighborhoods have gotten their GMRS and ham, and ham radios really worked well up there. Over.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I got my sister and brother-in-law live up in Maine, and they get nasty blizzards and stuff like that, and that can knock the phones out. And they were talking about getting a couple little GMRS radios there, and I, fully support that. Of course, we're out here in California, in Los Angeles. We can get a horrendous earthquake at any moment. It could be the big one. So wife and I keep a couple of little crummy 2-meter rigs in the back of each of our cars, charged up, and I don't think we'll do any simplex with them, but hopefully the repeaters are all battery backed up here. I guess they are, and it's something that's in everybody's mind. So, yeah, we had a nice time. There's another guy I worked with, ham, and he said, hey, go into this website, and you can listen to ham radio being used for what was actually, here really doing some work out there out in the Carolinas. Would you mind getting me your call sign once again? My pencil ran out of lead, or actually I broke it off right as you were giving it to me. This is KA1PLU. Thank you.
Yes, roger that. Call sign is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo, W4 NDK.
I only had to do that. I hate to be rude, but I do have to run because my little ones are probably chomping at the bit for some food, and I'm improving some pizza dough, so I need to throw it in the oven. My wife works an overnight at the hospital tonight, so it's time to play Mr. Mom, as I'm so good at doing there. Back to you, sir.
Yes, Andy, roger that. Well, nice talking to you. Next time I'm out in Los Angeles, I'll look up some of your hams and maybe get you on a local repeater. Andy, KA1PLU, Whiskey 4 November, Delta Kilo. And thanks for listening to our repeater, W2GE, while you were looking at Broadcastify and all the stuff we were doing out there. 73.
All right, 73, sir, and give free DV a try. Nobody's going to use it if we don't proselytize a little bit. It's a really, really interesting mode. Have a good night. This is Kilo Alpha 1 Papa Lima uniform, saying 73 from Los Angeles.
Yeah, 73. Nice talking to you. I heard someone just down in the noise ending in Papa. QRZ? Kilo Juliet Papa. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, QRZ? CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ. Hey, Shooter, was that you coming in there? Let me get my headphones on real quick. Hold up. Hey, Shooter, give it another try so I can see if I can get you from Oregon here. Okay, Chris, the calling frequency is 14236 for free DV software. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, and I think I might hear Shooter out there in Oregon, over. It was a Papa or so? Okay, I'm going to take the headphones off. I kind of get tired of wearing these things. CQ. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ. We might be losing the band now, 20 meters to California. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Yeah, Shooter, I heard you just barely in there, but I couldn't make out your call sign. So you heard somebody come back to me. I did not hear them. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, and standing by. CQ. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, W4 NDK, CQ, and standing by. Alpha Juliet 7 Alpha. Alpha Juliet 7. Try again.
Yeah, looks like we're smashed between two stations. Alpha Juliet 7, Alpha Sierra.
Okay, Steve, that's what I heard the first time. Nice picture there. You're coming in about a 5-3 here from Flagstaff to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Very good. I've got you Northern Arizona. I'm actually doing a POTA right now. That's Park QS 428 QSL.
Okay, there's a lot of QSB and a lot of noise. US something 28? 4428. 4428. Thank you, Steve. And what was my report again, please?
You are a 5-5.
Okay, thank you for the 5-5, Steve. Alpha Juliet 7, Alpha Sierra. Nice to make a contact with you. 73. Okay, QRZ.
Hey there, can I get your call? Your call sign. This is Alpha Juliet 7, Alpha Sierra.
Oh, yeah, Alpha Juliet 7, Alpha Sierra. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo.
Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. I got you in the log, Doug. Hey, thanks for, hey, not there. I guess I contacted you. Anyway, have a good time, man. 73.
73. CQC. Am I on your frequency? I was calling CQ here, but I want to make sure that I didn't come in on your frequency.
I just started to stroll around. I will say, I'm here in northern Arizona. There's a couple, there's like right between two other frequencies, and they're really strong here on the West Coast. But no, otherwise you were not on my frequency.
Okay, I probably will go up a little bit then. I don't hear anyone up higher than I am, so let me go up to 250 or so.
245, and that was nice, clean. A lot of good contacts out there to the West Coast.
You say go up 5?
Go up 5, yep.
Okay, I'll go to 245. Thanks very much there. I appreciate the contact, Steve. 73.
73.
Is the frequency in use? Tuning? CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November, Delta, Kilo. Whiskey 4, November, Delta, Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November, Delta, Kilo, W4NDK, CQ, and standing by. I'm on 14245, 14245. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November, Delta, Kilo. Whiskey 4, November, Delta, Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November, Delta, Kilo. Whiskey 4, November, Delta, Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. Hey Kevin, I'm switching over to the mystery dipole. Do you hear me there? Kilo 0, Kilo Lima Bravo. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. Whiskey 4 NDK, Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by. Let me see what other bands might be open right now. I doubt much. Looks like maybe 40 is a little open. But we'll stick here just for a bit. California might be closed out. We'll try it 2 or 3 more times, and then we'll go over to 40. CQ, CQ, CQ. Whiskey 4 NDK, Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, 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 CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, W4 NDK, CQ, and standing by. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. Bear with me a second, guys. I'll be right back. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ.
November 7 Hotel Echo X-ray.
Wow, you're booming in there on November 7, ending in X-ray? November 7? November 7, Hotel something, November X-ray? Man, you came in really loud, but I don't think you can hear me right now. November 7, ending in X-ray, November 7.
Okay, here we go. November 7 Hotel Echo X-ray. Bump the dial there.
Okay, November 7, Hotel Echo X-ray. November 7 Hex. You are 5 and 9 here, North Carolina.
Yeah, it's the same about you. 5-9. No pluses, though. No reds on the 7300, but solid 5-9 signal.
Okay, well, you're doing really well here to North Carolina. Sounds great there. I guess, I was getting California earlier, and it looks like you are in Oregon, doing really well there. And what are you running there, and how do you pronounce your first name?
First name is Jagger. Yeah, like, people call me Jagger and Jaeger and everything else, but Jagger is the official, pronunciation. I'm just doing 100 watts on a 7300. with a 80-meter loop, so 265 feet of wire. And that's kind of, on one side it's about 30 feet, and the other side's around 45 or 50. It's sort of lopsided loop, but it does pretty well. It's nice to get North Carolina on the first call there. I'm very, very used to doing the 13 colonies for the last 4 years straight, and whenever I go for North Carolina, it's usually a 45-minute or to sometimes an hour. And the pilot, because the pilots are so big, but it starts to make you think that your antenna sucks after you've been calling for so long. But it's kind of reassuring to get in there so easy. Maybe it's conditions as well, but the last 4 years. So anyway, kind of cool to get in there real quick like that.
Yeah, it's open right now between here and Oregon. You sound great here, Jaeger. And is your antenna sloping towards the southeast?
Yeah, but it's only like 20 feet, so it's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's a horizontal loop. I thought that was... If it was vertical, I'd be insane. But, yeah, a friend of mine just, I don't know if they watch your stream or what, said that there's a YouTuber on 14245. Give it a shot. And I said, okay, why not? Normally at this hour I'm on 80 meters hanging out for the Oregon emergency net, because it's just sort of a daily religion of 1 hour listening to people check in from all over the state. Back to you.
Yeah, Jaeger, November 7, Hotel Echo X-Ray. Well, you're doing really well to Charlotte, North Carolina. My name is Nate, and my YouTube channel is Go Amateur Radio. Go Amateur Radio, so you can hear your audio. If you notice in my chat, there's a guy, Kilo 0 Kilo Lima Bravo. That's Kevin, Ham Radio QRP. He runs the QRP net. Sunday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern Sunday nights. Give it a try sometime. His net is a lot of fun, and he live streams it. If you like to, you got that great antenna, and it's definitely working for you. All right, November 7, Hotel Echo X-Ray. I'm running a doublet antenna here, a doublet antenna, homebrew, 600 ohm ladder line to a 4-to-1 balun and into an LDG AT600 Pro 2 tuner and then the FTDX10. So 100 watts, 100 watts only. Back to you, Jaeger.
Yeah, Roger. What did you use for spacers on that 600 ohm line?
Yeah. Well, I've got some videos on my channel of me using some PVC pipe as spacers on my other one. And I have a portable one that I use drinking straws. This one I use chopsticks, and I painted them with Rust-Oleum paint. Over?
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, there's lots of neat ideas out there. Drinking straws, I've heard that one. I made a very portable, small, 20 meters, and you can get 40 on it, but it kind of sucks, because they're only about 23-foot elements on each side, but I actually used spacers. For the spacers, I used shrink tubing, and it worked out pretty well. The gluey type, just heat it up with the heat gun and squish it together, and it holds on to the 26 gauge soda beams wire. So as you can imagine, it's a real thin portable doublet. I'm a big balanced antenna fan myself. After years, I have plenty of infrared halfwaves, and they do work. But after switching to the loop, I have been convinced that I will spend the extra time taking the extra S unit or 2 S units of noise elimination, because it was such a huge difference of what I could hear on a balanced antenna versus noise collecting unbalanced. But you got to do what you got to do. If you got the space to do more, you do more, and that's kind of where I stand. But if I'm setting up portable, I will take the extra time to do a real dipole over infrared halfwave if it's not a real confined park. Over.
Yep, QSL. Yeah, I really like using the portable doublet. I had 19 foot, 22 foot legs on it. The one from the Soda Beams website, I built that one, and I use Soda Beams 26 gauge wire also. Well, nice talking to you, November 7 Hotel Echo X-Ray. Jager, nice to meet you. Hope to talk to you again. I'm going to see who else I can get out there, but you're doing really well here. Sound good in North Carolina, and hopefully you can check out your audio on there, and look out for Kilo Zero Kilo Lima Bravo out there too. His net is awesome. Sometimes I'll talk to him from the salt water in Georgia, or the salt water at the beach in North Carolina, or just from my home shack on 5 watts, and he's listening well. And we got another net controller with a beam that's listening, so give it a try. 6 p.m. Eastern Sunday nights. Over.
Yeah, roger. 6 p.m. Eastern. Well, that would be pretty early around here, but anything's possible. All right, well, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to get back over here. And see, I live in the town of Jefferson, which is right in the middle. They do it alphabetically over there, so I probably haven't been skipped yet. But anyway, it's been a fun chat.
Yeah, Kevin can hear you in Iowa. Kilo Zero Kilo Lima Bravo can hear you in Iowa. I don't know if you can hear him, but Kevin, you want to give him a try?
Well, my noise level is about S6 right now. You're getting over it. There is some QSB coming in the band, but you want me to call for him here? Is that what you said?
Yeah, give him a call. He said he can hear you.
Okay, well, I missed the call sign. It's Kilo something, though, right? What is it?
Kilo Zero Kilo Lima Bravo.
All right. K0KLB out there. This is November 7 Hotel Echo X-Ray. Yeah, it's not above the noise. I hear rumblings in the background, but if I had a lower noise floor at the moment, I bet I could hear him.
Yeah, he said that you are 5'5" in Iowa, 55 Iowa.
Okay, well, 55 in Iowa. Maybe some other time be lower, or who knows? Is he QRP at the moment?
No, I don't think he's QRP at the moment. He's got a couple of really nice antennas, one on a silo there. Actually, no. Yeah, he is. He's 10 watts. He's 10 watts at the moment. Over. Yeah, he hears you 55. He hears you 55. He may be portable, and that might be why he's using 10 watts, or he just might be using 10 watts because he likes to.
Okay, well, we're going to run a little test my power from 100 down to 0, and then I'm going to turn it back up. So I'm lowering it down about 80. Keep going a little lower. This is November 7 Hotel Echo X-Ray.
Yeah, you're right at the noise now. You're right at my noise. What'd you go down to? What's your power?
50, and then back up to 100. So let me know if you was able to hear me when I was way down there at 5 watts.
Kevin, could you hear him at 5 watts? Kevin, could you hear Jager at 5 watts? Yeah, Jager, he's using a Xigu X6100, so full power is only 10 watts. I'm hitting you with 10 watts. Can you hear me? Jager, do you hear my 10 watts? November 7, Hotel Echo X-Ray, Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Yeah, November 7, HEX. I went down to 10 watts. Did you hear me? Yeah, the band's changing a little bit. Okay, well, I don't think he can hear Kevin, but he can hear you. I'm not sure if he heard you at 5 watts. He didn't think he could hear you when you went down to 5. He couldn't hear you, but he hears you at 100. All right, well, cool. He said you're in his noise now, He's posting this in the chat. I don't know if you see my chat, but he can hear you in the noise. Over.
Pretty good now, but it's kind of the way at 20 meters will die, and it's got to be dark there, because it's dark here.
Yeah, it's dark there now? Okay, I'm probably losing Oregon. All right, well, thanks for the contact, Jager. November 7, Hotel Echo X-Ray. Nice to meet you. Nice to experiment with these radios and antennas. And funny, you and I both use the soda beams wire. Probably saw the same thing. Hey, 73, I'll catch you down the log. Over.
Both you guys are about an S7 to 8 in Colorado. Okay, HEX, N7 HEX from Kilowatt Radio 0 Echo, Dawn in Boulder, Colorado, and my home station. You guys are both, even at 5 watts HEX, a little while ago, you were actually hitting an S6 at 5 watts QSL. Okay, very good. And who have we got left? Is the W4 NDK, is that right?
W4 NDK, 44 watts, 45 watts. How do I sound now?
S6. And this is a legitimate S6 with this rig.
Okay, 10 watts now, 10 watts. How do I sound, Don?
You're still S6. That's the propagation is shifting up and down. You're S6.
All right, S6, 10 watts. Hey, you don't need much power to get out these days if you're working the propagation right.
Yep. We're about an S5 now, but yeah, it's up and down a bit, but you're doing well. Now, where are you? NDK, where are you?
I'm in North Carolina, and you're S5. You're S5 also.
Yeah, I'm running some power to Yagi. Oh, it's off the back of the Yagi. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm in North Carolina, and I'm putting the stream out there of this audio so you can hear it on Go Amateur Radio. Over.
Okay, what are you running now? How much?
Still 10 watts. 10 watts.
Oh, I reversed the antenna. S8 into a stepper.
Okay, you're 5'9". You're S9 now. You're S9, North Carolina.
Are you still running the low power?
Yep, 10 watts.
That's amazing. Boy, when it's working, it's working.
Well, it's also your antenna's doing all the work. I appreciate it. Let me see. It's Kilo 0, Kilo Lima Bravo. Do you hear Dawn in Colorado?
I don't think I've LD before.
Yeah, it's Kilo Romeo 0 Echo. Kilo 0, Kilo Lima Bravo is in Iowa. He's listening to us and trying to get out, but he's only got 10 watts right now.
Yeah, the path, I don't think. I don't hear anything.
Yeah, he's pretty close to you.
Well, I'll step out. I just wanted to, I had to jump in and say you guys are both doing pretty well coming in here.
Oh, well, you're doing great. Well, you got that awesome antenna. Well, nice to make contact with you. Kilo Romeo 0 Echo 73 and November 7 HEX. Do you still copy? November 7 HEX. Do you still copy me?
Now, are you talking to KR0E or the other guy?
November 7 Hotel Echo X-Ray. Jager in Oregon. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Do you copy?
I think he said he was going to go away, switch hands.
Oh, yeah, he's got a local net he's doing. Yeah, roger that. Well, thank you, Don. Thanks for coming in here. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. My name is Nate, and I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're just, figuring out what's going on with the propagation and putting out there on YouTube for myself, and then my buddy Kilo 0, Kilo Lima Bravo's in there, too, in Iowa. Kevin, he runs the QRP net Sunday nights at 6 o'clock.
Well, I'm definitely not QRP. Anyway, good to meet you, Nate. Now, looking for you again before NDK, North Carolina, KR0E, Colorado.
Yeah, thanks so much. Kilo Romeo 0E, Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. 73 to you. Let's see who else we can get out there. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ, CQ, CQ. Ooh, that band band is noisy right now. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Do we lose the band? Anyone out there? Over, over. CQ, Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ and standing by. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ. Okay, I'm going to QSY over to 40 right now. QSY to 40 meters.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your help. Okay. Dig dudes in uniform.
The frequency in use. Is the frequency in use? CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. CQ. Yes, I heard a station coming in there. Go ahead.
Kilo 0, Kilo Lima Bravo. Head to 2. Over.
All right, Kevin, you're coming in really well here. Give me a little more audio. I'll give you a good report.
Yes, sir. So you're 5-7 to 5-8 in the high. Well, 10 whiskey, roger.
5.5 here, 5.5. And what's your power? You still running 10 watts?
10 watts. Roger, roger. Throwing the whole radio at you. Over.
The entire radio. All right. Well, let me go down. I'm on 95 watts now. Let me get it down a little lower, okay?
All right, you're 5.7 right now. Over.
Okay, 5.7, got it. And I'm now on 10 watts. 10 whiskeys, Kevin.
5.5, 55. Easy copy. Over.
Well, thank you for the 5.5 on 10 watts. Let me go down to 5. That's as low as she can go. That's as low as I can get her. 5 watts now. 5 watts now on the Yaesu FTDX10.
Roger, still a 5.5. Same audio as the radio at 10 watts. Over.
Okay, roger that. Well, I guess I just need to use 10 watts for you there. You're coming in well. Let me switch over to the antenna that usually gets out well to you. Let me switch over to the mystery.
Roger, roger. You're about a 5.4 on that last transfer.
Sorry, Kevin. I had to tune. Now I'm on the other antenna. How's that?
It got worse. Down in my noise. Over.
Okay. Well, I'm back over on the doublet antenna. Hey, good to get you here. Thanks for the support in the chat, Kevin. That's always fun. And those other guys are enjoying trying to get you from Oregon and Colorado. Roger?
Yeah, I couldn't hear anybody. I could hear, well, actually, I heard that one station, HEX. I heard him 5.5, but other than that, I couldn't hear anybody else. Over.
Yeah, it's crazy how many stations I was getting in California earlier on 20 meters when the band seemed dead. But they were hitting the gray line, so it's all about the sun, I guess.
Yeah, roger, roger. Yeah, 40 meters definitely working better than 20 right now. I think that's gone for the night. So we'll carry on, see if we can get some more calls there. Over.
Yeah, I sure will. And I'm putting it on live stream. You can see it, and you can hear your audio. So I'm trying to do everything you taught me how to do there, and I'm not doing it as well, but I'm working on it. Over.
Hey, you're doing it. Oh, there's not much to it, but you're doing a great job. I'll go ahead and rewind here so I can hear what I sound like. I'm trying to figure out the audio on this radio yet, so appreciate the feedback. Thank you. 7-3.
Yeah, thank you, Sensei. Okay, I'm getting greedy now. I'm going up to 93 watts. I got the compression going on a little bit. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo, CQ, CQ, CQ. CQ, CQ, CQ. Whiskey 4, NDK, Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo, CQ, and standing by. Yeah, we had Kevin there, 10 watts. 5.5 in North Carolina, and I got 5.5 out to him with 10 watts. From North Carolina to Iowa. Anyone else out there? This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. We want to see if we can turn our power down, see if we can get out to each other. This is W4 NDK, CQ, and standing by.
Whiskey Sugar Zero Hotel.
Whiskey Sugar Zero Hotel, Darrell in Minnesota. You're 5'9". You're 5'9". What kind of power are you running, and what's your antenna?
I'm running about 800 watts to a off-center fed antenna. The apex is at about 60 feet. I'm in the bluffs over the Mississippi, so I'm pretty high above average terrain. Go ahead.
Okay, well, you're coming in really well. You're 5'9" here in North Carolina. I'm running 95 watts. With the homebrew doublet antenna. Let me switch over my monitor there, my ALC. I want to switch to SWR. And I'm going to drop it down to 10 watts if that's okay. Would you tell me how I sound if I drop it down?
Sure, you're 10 over S9 right now. It's a beautiful signal. Go ahead.
Okay, that's 10 whiskey, 10 watts.
You're about S8, and the noise is in there with you, but I can still copy you. You're about S8, and the noise is just under you, so you're right in there with the noise, but you're still copyable. Go ahead.
Okay, roger that, and I'm on 5 watts now, 5 watts.
Okay, now I can tell you're there, but I can't make out the words. WS0H.
Okay, well, I'm back up to 93 watts now, Daryl. My name is Nate, and I'm streaming this on Go Amateur Radio. If you want to, you could drop down your power.
Okay, you say you're streaming this on YouTube?
Yes, sir. Streaming it on YouTube. You can look me up either my call sign Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, or my channel is Go Amateur Radio.
Okay, I just wrote that down. I will do that. I can back my power down. Let's see, I've got a Berg watt meter here that I put a average reading board in it. I don't use it a whole lot, but...
Hello, I run at about, let's see, I'll back it down here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, and there's about 100 watts right there, 100 watts.
S7, 100 watts.
Okay, I go down a little more to about 50 watts, 50 watts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
S5 at 50 watts.
Okay, I'll drop it down a little more. This is about 10 watts, 10 watts. Go ahead.
S4, 10 watts.
Boy, I didn't know I'd go this low. Okay, now we're down to about 5 watts now.
S3, 5 watts. S3, and you're just above the noise. My noise level is 1 or 2, so you're S3.
Well, I think that's probably about as low as I can go. I could go low. Let me see if it...
Yeah, you're just above the noise, just above 3 there. Yeah, doing really well. It's awesome. You sound awesome here. Whiskey Sierra Oscar Hotel.
I'll bring the power back up here to about, we are about 600 watts now. That should have made me come back. WS0H.
Oh yeah, you're back. You're sounding good. Back to 5.9. All right, you're sounding great you were sounding great at 5 watts. S3, I can still hear you, but it's a pretty noisy band right now. But yeah, you're back up to S9.
Okay, very good. I won't hold you. I'll let you work somebody else, but I'm sitting right in front of the computer here, so I'm gonna tune in your stream on YouTube.
Okay, yeah. Make sure you also check out Ham Radio QRP, the QRP SSB net Sunday nights at 6 Eastern. Over.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. I haven't really done that test before. That makes me feel good. I had no idea I could go that low and you'd hear me.
Yeah, it makes me feel good too in North Carolina, especially with the kind of weather we got recently here, and people had no power for about 2 weeks, about 70 miles west of me. So thanks very much. 73, nice to talk to you. Whiskey Sierra Oscar Hotel, Daryl, and this is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo Nate. It's Minnesota to North Carolina. I'm back in North Carolina, and I'll say QRZ in 73. Going back up to 7218, this is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, CQ, CQ. If anyone's interested, the Tar Heels are up 56-40 against American in basketball, playing in Chapel Hill. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, CQ, CQ.
Kilo Charlie 0, Romeo Mike Kilo.
Kilo Charlie 0, Romeo Mike Kilo. Chet in Missouri. Give me a little more audio and I'll give you a report back, and my name is Nate.
Roger that, Nate. Good evening to you, sir. I am on the very north side of Kansas City, Missouri. Over.
Okay, you're a S7, S8, 5758, doing really well. Good audio. What are you running, Chet?
Well, actually, I just got this used radio hooked up today. I'm running a FT897 Delta model, and my wife helped me. We put up an end-fed half-wave today, and this is it's amazing voice tonight.
It's working for you. The end-fed half-wave. Roger that, Chet. Yeah, thanks for coming in. If you want to hear your audio, it's on YouTube at Go Amateur Radio. And I'm running 100 watts with the Yaesu FTDX10 and a homebrew doublet antenna with 600 ohm 600 ohm ladder line. Over.
Roger that. And you said that's Go Amateur Radio?
That's QSL.
Okay, I'll get on YouTube and check that out, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It was really good. Like I said, I'm testing this out, and I was kind of just surfing around the bands, and I heard you called CQ, and I thought I'd stop in and say hi and check this rig out.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, you're sounding good. If you want to drop your power down, I'll tell you what your signal sounds like. It's up to you.
Yeah, let me figure out how to do that. I'm still figuring out how to run this radio. I've never run it before. I just bought it used, so let me see if I can figure that out.
Yeah, how do I sound now? This is 10 watts. You hear me on 10 watts?
Yeah, I can barely make you out. You're coming in about a 4, so S4.
S4 on 10 watts. Roger that. Turning it back up now.
If you want to stand by for just a minute, I'm going to see if I can figure out how to turn the power down on this.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Standing by. Happy to do that. Kilo Charlie 0, Romeo Mike Kilo, standing by for you, Chet. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Nate in Charlotte, North Carolina, streaming live on YouTube as Go Amateur Radio. Live on YouTube as Go Amateur Radio, or if you want to go to YouTube and just type in my call sign, Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, you'll see it. Or you can go to Google and type in Whiskey 4 NDK, and eventually you'll see a YouTube link, and that'll be my channel. We'll be putting the call signs of all the people that I've had contact with in the index in the description tomorrow sometime, so you'll be able to just Google it and pull up this video and go right to where your audio is. Over.
Roger that. Okay, currently power is set at 50 watts. 50 watts, over.
Yeah, Chet, give me a little more audio. I'll tell you what S unit you are.
Roger that. Kilo Charlie 0, Romeo Mike Kilo, Kansas City, Missouri.
Here, 55, S5.
Not bad for 50 watts out of an N10 halfway.
Yeah, not bad. You know, it works really well. You sound great. You know, good, clear audio. Tell me again, Chet, what is you just got the radio. What is it? It's an 897D, FT897D Yaesu, Roger?
Correct, Foxtrot Tango 897, that is correct. Yeah, I bought it used from a buddy of mine, and it's got the AT897 tuner that's mounted on the side also.
Yeah, those are great radios, I don't think they make those anymore, do they?
That is correct. Those are out of production, have been for, 5 or 7 years or something like that. So, yeah, that's how I ended up with it used. I wanted to try something that allowed me to, I just upgraded to my General here, a month and a half, 2 months ago, and I thought, well, I wanted something that I could get some expanded coverage with. Over.
Yeah, those are nice-looking radios. Well, it sounds good, Chet. Hey, I appreciate you coming in and trying to drop the power and checking out my YouTube channel. It's always fun, and I learned from my friend Kevin, Kilo 0 Kilo Lima Bravo, up in the cornfields of Iowa, how to turn the power down and test it out on his QRP net, and it makes amateur radio a lot of fun. I was doing a little, plugged it into my PC with OBS. That makes radio fun too, trying some new things. So as long as you try new configurations, it keeps it new, and it's always a fun hobby, isn't it? Over.
That is true, and actually what really got me into this was for reconfiguring my petition license in the early, I think it was 2002, had a lot of interest in it. It's actually what got me back interested. Over.
Yep, QSL. Yep, POTA is a lot of fun. I like to do that too. Well, awesome. Well, nice to hear you, Kilo Charlie 0, Romeo Mike Kilo. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. I'll turn it over to you for your final, and we'll see who else we can get out here.
Roger that. Thank you, sir.
Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo Charlie 0 Romeo Mike Kilo. I'll be QRT. You have a good evening, and thank you so much, sir. And I'll check out your YouTube channel.
Yes, sir. Thanks very much. Have fun. 73. QRZ? I heard a Kilo Romeo Foxtrot. Is it Kilo 8 Kilo Romeo Foxtrot? Kilo Romeo Foxtrot. Give me the number again. Give me the number. Is that Charles in Flint, Michigan? Not quite getting you. I think I got the 8 wrong. Maybe I have some of the letters. I got Kilo 8 Kilo Romeo Foxtrot. Tell me where I'm going wrong here. I'm going to get out the headphones. Just give me a second, please. Okay, I got the headphones on. Try again, please. Kilo Romeo Foxtrot. Please try again. Kilo 8 Kilo Romeo Foxtrot. Is that correct? Kilo 8 Kilo Romeo Foxtrot. Just about got you, then you faded down to the noise. Okay, sorry. I don't know if that was Shooter or who that was there, but I almost got you. Try again just a little bit, over. CQ, Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ and standing by. Okay, I heard it over. Go ahead. CQ. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo. CQ.
November 9 Foxtrot Whiskey Charlie.
November 9 Foxtrot Whiskey Charlie, strong 5-9 North Carolina.
Thanks, Nate. Yeah, you're about 5 dB over S9 here near Indianapolis, Indiana. Over.
All right, that's good to hear. Near Indy. My logging software just froze up on me. Maybe I've got too much running on the PC here. There we go. November 9 Foxtrot Whiskey Charlie, and that's James, or is it Jim?
Yeah, go by Jim.
Okay, Jim, sound really good. I'm live streaming so you can hear your audio on YouTube. The channel's Go Amateur Radio.
Okay, yeah, I think I heard that a minute ago. That's interesting. I haven't run across your channel before. What sort of things do you do on it, and how big of a channel is it?
Well, I got a whopping 314 or 317 subscribers. Not too big, I'm just out there trying to get some new hams interested in the hobby. I'll go out to the car dealership when I'm getting my car fixed and do some QRP from the parking lot and set up the iPhone and stream from there, or do some parks on the air, or show how I built my doublet antenna. Just quick and simple stuff like that. Over.
Okay, great. Yeah, good deal. Well, the rig's here in FTDX10, kind of a new rig to me. I've been licensed for quite a while and kind of got out of it, and now I'm back into it a little bit, and sort of enjoying this new radio.
and I'm running a homebrew quarter wave vertical antenna here on 40 meters, Nate.
Okay, roger that. The quarter wave vertical antenna, did you make it out of, did you use a mast, a DS Commander mast and a wire, or how'd you build it?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of extruded aluminum tubing of, sizes that nest one inside the other. So it's a self-supporting antenna, and then, of course, there's a ground plane underneath it. Over.
Yeah, well, it's definitely working really well, Jim. Working great. November 9, Foxtrot Whiskey Charlie, and the FTDX10 sounds good, too. That's the same radio I'm talking to you on, and running 95 watts and a homebrew doublet antenna. Over.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask what your antenna is. Doublet. So that's, is that like a dipole?
It's like a dipole. Use figure 8 knots, and I, instead of running coax to it, I run homebrew ladder line out of the same wire. It's one continuous wire for each side, and then it goes horizontal. And the spreaders I used are chopsticks, spray painted with Rust-Oleum. Over.
Okay, and how high up is that antenna?
It's about 40, 45 feet or so.
Okay, well, it's working great. You're hanging in there at like 5 dB over S9, pretty solid. It's a nice sounding signal. So you probably got some other stations in there. I'll let you get to them, but nice to talk to you, Nate.
Hey, nice to talk to you too, Jim. Thanks for coming in there, and we'll talk to you down the log. 73 with November 9, Foxtrot Whiskey Charlie. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
73, M9 FWC out.
Okay, QRZ. And that station earlier was Shooter in Oregon. I could hear him. I could get his call sign. I got almost every letter. I think his call sign is November 0, Whiskey Foxtrot, but not sure what Shooter's call sign is. But that was November 9 Foxtrot Whiskey Charlie, and see if we can get anybody else out there right now. This is Whiskey 4 November Delta Kilo, CQ, and standing by. I'll take one more, and then we're gonna go. I'm gonna go watch the Mike Tyson fight at 11. I'm gonna watch the end of the Carolina game, Tar Heel basketball against American University. We are up 71-47 with 9:33 to go. Unfortunately, we lost to Kansas last week, but it was just a 3-point loss, and they're the number 1 team in the country, so we're not too bad. We'll see how we do here with American, but I think being up by almost more than 20 points, not too bad. QRZ here?
November 9, Delta Mike Tango.
November 9, Delta Mike Tango. Jake in Wisconsin, you are 5-7 here.
Hey, QSL, you're a good 5-9 here in Wisconsin. I heard you talking about your antenna with that last station there.
Yeah, I love it. I love the doublets. That's about all I use now. I'll use a vertical every now and then, but the doublet is my antenna of choice. November 9, Delta Mike Tango. Jake, what are you running? What's your antenna?
Yeah, Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo from N9 BNT. I have a homebrew end-fed half-wave, Center 40, but I typically use it on 20, a little bit of 10 here and there as well. I'm running the ubiquitous IC 7300 barefoot into that there. Go ahead.
Yeah, QSL. Well, the 7300 sounds great. And what's the transceiver in your picture on your QRZ page?
The one sitting out in the woods there, I think you're talking about. That is the, I believe it's pronounced Xiegu G90. If you haven't seen that, I like it a lot. It's I think it's a Chinese radio. But 20 watts, got a tuner in it, which is what really sold me on it. I run it with a little bit smaller end-fed. If you check out my page there, I think I've got a link to my 3D print models, and I've got an end-fed that rolls up real nice, so I use that with that G90 there.
Roger. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I own one of those at a point. I thought about buying another one to keep it in my car so that if I want to operate a POTA, I can just run out and do it when I'm driving by the park here. Excellent. Well, you sound great, Jake. November 9, Delta Mike Tango. I don't know if you heard me, but I am streaming on YouTube as Go Amateur Radio. Roger?
Roger. Yeah, I will check that out. That sounds cool. I heard you don't have too many subscribers, but I will throw myself on there and count me as one more.
Hey, thanks very much. I got 3 viewers concurrent right now on this live stream and 18 views tonight. So I will put your call sign tomorrow in the description so you can get right to where your audio is if you want to ever go back to it as reference. Nice to meet you there. Jake, November 9, Delta Mike Tango. This is Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. I'm going to shut it down. The kids want me to make popcorn for them. I think we're going to watch the Mike Tyson fight tonight. Over.
Hey, Roger, Roger. Have fun. 73.
Hey, 73, and I'll go QRT unless anybody else is out there and wants to make a quick Q, so I'll go QRT and give this frequency to somebody else. I'll do one more QRZ. CQ Whiskey 4, November Delta Kilo. Okay, QRT, I'm going to turn it over to regular amateur use, whatever that is. CQ, turning it over to regular amateur use, QRT 73 from Whiskey 4 NDK.